Hello everyone, I'm Michael Cheek again with MikesGuitarLessons.com. This is the second video for The Wind by Cat Stevens. You should watch the first video, and if you've already done that, then let's go ahead and get started on the second video. Now, what we've gotten so far is partially through the verse of the song. And let me actually play up to that point. Let me actually play the entire verse so you can see what you're going to learn. Okay, that's basically one time through the verse. Okay, now where we're at right now is where I ended on the last video. So let me go up to that point and then we'll start learning those notes. Oh, sorry. Okay, to right there. Okay, our last note was that extra bass note on the E string. Now what we're going to do is we've got two more notes before we go to our next chord. I think in the last video I actually said you can switch chords right there, but it's actually not yet. You need to play the B string, which you've got held down in the 3rd fret by your 3rd finger. Okay, so it's going to be the B string. Play that one. There we go. I'm trying to get a good angle on here. B string, and then you're going to play the E string, which is open. Okay? Alright, so what you got going on here after you play that is those last two notes. And now we get to switch to our A suspended chord, which comes next. Okay, so one more time, this is as far as we've gotten. Alright, now once you get that far, then you're going to switch to this next chord. What I want you to do is take your middle finger. Now, sometimes if you already know how to play an A suspended chord, you may try to finger it a different way. We have to switch to this one pretty fast, so for this particular song, I like to just play it this way. I put my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, so there's 3rd fret, 2nd string from the bottom, playing this note. Okay, and then my first finger goes across the G string in the 2nd fret, playing this note. Okay, now what we want to do here, once we switch to that chord, okay, now what I'm playing there is 3 notes. I've got my open on the A string right there. Okay, I've also got my first finger is playing the G string that my first finger is holding down in the 2nd fret. And my middle finger is playing the B string, which my middle finger is holding down. I don't know if I said that was my first finger or middle finger, but anyways, my middle finger is holding down the 3rd fret of the B string. And it's that note. That's the note that's carrying the melody. So you pluck all 3 of those at the same time. Okay? So okay. Now, after you play that, you're going to repeat your bass note on the A string. Okay, so alright. And then what you're going to do here is play the B string, but before you do, you're going to lift this middle finger up, and your first finger now is going to press down the B string in the 2nd fret. You don't want to move your finger around or anything. You can just press it down hard to where it plays the G string and the B string in the 2nd fret. And you're going to play that string, the B string, and you're going to hammer with your middle finger back to the note it was on in the 3rd fret. Okay? Just like that. So one more time. All 3 of these notes. Then your A bass note. Then your B string. Okay. Then what we're going to do is you leave your left hand where it's at. You know, you've got 3rd fret on the B string, 2nd fret on the G string, and we're going to play 3 notes again. But this time our bass note is changing to the D string. That's the 4th string from the bottom. Okay? And we're going to use our first 2 fingers to play the G string and the B string. Okay? But we play them all together. Just like that. D string, G string, and B string. Okay? So it sounds like this. Okay? That's all the way through the verse. Okay? The only couple of things you need to worry about now are kind of small details, but they are important. And they have to do with going into or back out of the chorus. Now, since you'll come to this first, I'm going to tell you what you do when you're going into the chorus. Okay? The difference is this. Normally you'll play the verse like this. Just keep going. If you're going into the verse, you change the last couple of notes. Okay? Now what we did there is just change the very last bit. Okay? Now, you can see everything is the same up to the point to where you play the A string, the G string, and the B string together. Okay? Everything's the same up to that point. Oops, let me try that again. Okay, now the change comes. Now you're going to play the B string, and that's being held down in the 3rd fret by your middle finger. Then you're going to lift it up. Now it's being held down, the B string is being held down in the 2nd fret by your 1st finger. And then you're going to let off to play open on the B string. Okay? Yeah, and I should say that I forgot, you don't leave out that extra A bass note. So you play all 3 notes, then you play your A bass note, and then you change what you're going to do. 3rd fret on the B string, 2nd fret on the B string, and then open on the B string. And then you get into the chorus, so we don't need to do that on this video. I'll do it in the next one. Okay? Now, the only thing you need to worry about that's a little different is when you're coming back from the chorus into the verse again. Because when you're coming from the chorus, you go back into the verse again. But it changes on the first one. But you just changed kind of the last of it. And let me actually show you. Okay? And what I did there is at the very last where you play your hammer, you just hammer and pull off a couple of times. Like that. Okay? And then you pluck the 3 notes again, D string, G string, and B string. Okay, so coming out of the chorus, that's what you'll do. Okay, and then you go back into your normal picking pattern, and those are the only 2 different kind of things that you have to worry about with the verse. So the next video will be the chorus of the song, and that'll be it. I might have to have a couple of those videos, but I hope you enjoy.